So, basically, SysTick timers are available in ARM processors, which will decide the clock frequency of the processor. So this is the direct timer at which the ARM processor functions. So it is basically a 24-bit timer. So it will be having the load values between 0 to 2 to the power of 24, and it counts downwards. Basically, there are two main major types of timers. One is the timer which counts from 0 to an upward direction, and another one is the type of timer which counts from a particular value towards 0, that is, counts downwards. So, this is the second variant of timer, which will be counting from a predefined value, and it will be reaching the value 0, and it runs on the system frequency. So, as it is running in the system clock, it is directly affected by the changes that are made in the system clock of the CPU of the microcontroller. So this is the direct timer at which the CPU of the microcontroller is functioning. So, we can use this SysTick timer basically for various applications like accurate delay generation in our program, as well as for any other requirement as per your wish in your application program. So these are all the main major registers which need to be configured for this SysTick timer in ARM Cortex-M: SysTick control and status register, SysTick reload value register, and SysTick current value register. So we will be configuring these three registers while we are programming. For now, try to understand that these are all the registers that we want to configure for configuring the system clock of this microcontroller. And using this SysTick timer, we can generate delays accurately in seconds, milliseconds, and also even in microseconds. Based on the frequency you are working in, you can generate, or you will be able to generate delays accurately in seconds, milliseconds, or even in microseconds. And now let us try to understand the basic functionality of this SysTick timer, how we can utilize this SysTick timer for delay generation, for accurate delay generation, in our application program. So, as I said, this timer is a counting downwards timer. It will be counting from a pre-programmed value to 0. So, let us assume the pre-programmed value to be 255 in our case. So, when the CPU starts functioning, the SysTick timer also starts counting. As it is a downward counting timer, it will start counting from a pre-programmed value. Now we are assuming the pre-programmed value to be 255. So what happens is, as the CPU starts running, the SysTick timer also starts counting from 255, and it will be counting in downwards direction and further downwards, and at one point of time, the timer value will become 0, right? So when it becomes 0, the SysTick timer peripheral will be interrupting the CPU of the processor with an interrupt called SysTick interrupt. So we will be utilizing that interrupt for various applications or for generating accurate time delays in our program. So this is the concept, and after this process of reaching 0, again the SysTick timer will be rolled back to the initial pre-programmed value 255. Again, the same process happens. It becomes 0, and it will be generating interrupt. Again, it will be rolls back to 255, and again it will become 0, and it will be interrupting the processor. So this process will be in a looping manner, and every time when the interrupt occurs, we will be performing various operations as per your user application. So this is the basic functionality of SysTick timer, and this is the formula for load value calculation in SysTick timer. So, load is equal to 1 divided by clock frequency of the CPU into time delay which needs to be generated. So, this is the formula which we are going to use for calculating the load value for the SysTick timer. So, this also we will be using in a while we are writing the program, and now just try to understand this is the formula which needs to be used for calculating